Their leader ordered them to jump into the dark hole, without a parachute. No one had the balls to do it. The penalty for refusal was a suffering beyond mere death. Then, one girl came forward and immediately jumped. The movie begins in Chicago City. After a deadly world war, the remaining humanity was relocated to Chicago City, enclosed by a massive wall. The city's inhabitants do not venture beyond the wall due to the dangers outside. Within the city, society has fractured into distinct groups or factions in the hope of maintaining peace. People are divided into 5 factions based on their aptitudes. Erudite, known for their intelligence. Amity, a peace-loving group that avoids conflict. Candor, whose members value and always speak the truth. Dauntless, the brave who serve in the city's army or police force. And Abnegation, the selfless who prioritize helping others. Those who don't fit into any faction are labeled factionless, holding no societal standing or respect. Abnegation also serves as the city's governing body, led by Marcus. Andrew Prior is a member of the ruling council. His wife, Natalie, and daughter, Beatrice, have since transitioned into this society. Natalie sends Beatrice for the aptitude test, a mandatory assessment for all 16-year-olds. For this test, children receive a serum that triggers simulations based on their inherent abilities, ultimately guiding their faction selection. Beatrice and her brother, Caleb, go for the test together. They are informed that during the choosing ceremony, they can disregard the test results and choose any faction they desire. However, once a choice is made, it is irreversible. Beatrice's test is administered by Tori, a member of Dauntless. Under the influence of the serum, Beatrice experiences vivid hallucinations. She navigates the simulations successfully and regains consciousness. Observing Beatrice's results, Tori becomes concerned and urges her to leave through the back exit before any supervisors arrive. When Beatrice asks for her results, Tori reveals she possesses aptitudes for Abnegation, Dauntless, and Erudite. It is rare for individuals to exhibit aptitude for multiple factions. Such individuals are called Divergent. Tori warns Beatrice to keep this information secret from everyone, including her parents. She advises Beatrice to trust her instincts when choosing a faction. Following Tori's warning, Beatrice keeps her test results to herself. At the choosing ceremony, Beatrice encounters Jeanine, the leader of Erudite, who also encourages her to follow her heart. The ceremony begins, and Caleb chooses the Erudite faction. Beatrice, however, chooses Dauntless. After the ceremony, she joins the Dauntless initiates, running fearlessly towards the train station in their characteristic style. She leaps onto a moving train, demonstrating their recklessness. She then jumps from the moving train onto the rooftop of a building, illustrating why Dauntless members are considered both fearless and reckless. There, Beatrice befriends a girl named Christina. As their initiation continues, the Dauntless leaders inform the new members that their first task is to jump from the same rooftop, with no knowledge of what lies below. They must prove their bravery by leaping without hesitation. Beatrice is the first to jump, displaying remarkable courage. She lands on a hidden net, where Dauntless members help her down. When asked for her name, Beatrice introduces herself as Triss. The remaining initiates follow, jumping onto the net. They are then introduced to a Dauntless instructor named For leads them on a tour of the Dauntless compound and shows them their living quarters. After settling in, the initiates gather for lunch, where Christina and Triss make more acquaintances. For explains that their training will consist of 2 stages, physical and mental. Eric announces a new rule. The initiate with the lowest score at the end of training will be expelled from Dauntless and forced to join the factionless, as there is no returning home. Their progress will be evaluated daily. The rigorous training commences. Triss struggles to keep pace with the Dauntless standards. Eric orchestrates a fight between the first jumper, Triss, and the last jumper. Triss fights but is severely defeated. When the scores are tallied, Triss is at the bottom, placing her in jeopardy. Seeing Triss' distress, Christina takes her to a tattoo parlor. There, Triss encounters Tori again and seeks answers to her questions. Tori reiterates that if her divergent nature is discovered, her life could be in danger, because society fears those they cannot control, and divergents are among them. That night, while everyone else sleeps, Triss secretly trains. for observes her efforts. Triss works tirelessly and improves, but her position on the scoreboard remains precarious. For intensifies her training, teaching her how to leverage her unique abilities in combat. One day, when a trainee disobeys Eric, he punishes her by making her stand still as a target. He then orders 4 to throw knives at her. Disgusted by Eric's cruelty, Triss intervenes. Eric then puts Triss in the trainee's place. 4, with calculated precision, throws 3 knives, narrowly avoiding serious injury to Triss, leaving only a small cut on her ear. After everyone else leaves, 4 reveals to Triss that he deliberately grazed her ear, knowing that Eric wanted to see her harmed and would have continued until she was injured. Triss and her friends observe Erudite's leader, Jeanine, arriving in the Dauntless territory and entering a secret room. Triss's friends speculate that they might be collaborating to hunt down Divergents. This revelation causes Triss some worry. Eric, still harboring resentment towards Triss, orders her to fight Peter this time. Before the fight, 4 reiterates his strategic advice to Triss. Despite following his instructions, Triss is soundly defeated and loses consciousness. When Triss regains awareness, she discovers that everyone is preparing for the war games, but she is excluded by Eric. Determined to participate, Triss chases after the departing train on foot. 4 spots her running and extends a hand to help her aboard. Seeing Triss's determination, and when questioned by Eric, 4 convinces him to allow Triss to join the game. 4 and Eric form 2 opposing teams. 4 chooses Triss and her friends for his team. The objective of the game is to capture the opposing team's flag first. While 4 discusses their strategy, Triss begins climbing a large swing to gain a better vantage point and locate the enemy flag, which is illuminated by a light for easy visibility. 4 follows her up the swing. Triss realizes that 4 has a fear of heights. Nevertheless, they both reach the top and spot the enemy flag. They lead their team in that direction and successfully defeat the opposing players. Triss reaches the flag and captures it, securing victory for her team. Afterward, she returns to the Dauntless compound with her group, displaying their characteristic fearlessness, a moment of exhilaration for her. Following this success, Triss's name rises above the red line on the scoreboard. The next day, while she is performing her duties, Triss's mother secretly comes to visit her. Knowing about Triss's Divergent test results, she warns her not to reveal her divergence to anyone. She also cautions Triss that concealing her divergence during the mental training will be challenging, urging her to be extremely careful. Before they can speak further, Natalie has to leave. For a mental simulation test, Triss is injected with a serum that induces intense fear-based hallucinations. Her reactions are monitored on a screen. Triss's hallucinations begin, and she confronts them with the adaptability of a Divergent rather than the typical responses of a Dauntless initiate, resolving the simulations quickly. This observation surprises 4. The same pattern emerges during the next practice session, leading 4 to suspect Triss's Divergence. Troubled, Triss seeks out Tori, where she learns that Tori's brother was also Divergent. When his Divergence was discovered, he was found dead the following day. Learning that Divergents are immediately killed by the society, Triss becomes increasingly worried. She goes to the Erudite sector to meet Caleb, where she discovers that Erudite is planning to seize control of the council from Abnegation soon. They believe that Abnegation is violating the rules, leading to instability in the city, and therefore Erudite intends to establish its own rule. Disheartened by Caleb's words, Triss leaves. She is intercepted by Jeanine, who remarks that she understands the difficulty of being separated from family but emphasizes that choosing a faction necessitates severing those ties. Jeanine also accuses Abnegation of breaking the rules by hiding Divergence, which is why Erudite is considering taking control of the city. To protect herself, Triss falsely claims that she supports Erudite's plans, stating that she also desires peace in the city. Upon returning to the Dauntless compound, Triss is attacked by a group of individuals attempting to kill her. Among them is one of her friends. Another friend, Thor, makes a dramatic entrance and saves Triss, taking her to his room. He confesses that he orchestrated the attack because Triss was surpassing him in the training, and he feared being transferred to the factionless. To ensure Triss's safety, Thor has her sleep in his room that night. The following morning, the body of the friend who attacked her is discovered. Thor explains to Triss that she shouldn't be so upset, as his friend knew he would never pass the initiation. Triss then confesses that she also believes she will fail. Thor asks her why she feels this way. Triss explains that if her divergent nature is discovered, it will lead to her death. Thor reassures her, promising to prevent that from ever happening, and takes her to a training session. During this session, Thor guides Triss through his fear landscape, a simulation of his deepest fears. His first fear is confinement, the second is helplessness, the third is being forced to kill an innocent person in the line of duty as a soldier, and his ultimate fear is facing his abusive father, Marcus, the leader of Abnegation. Through this experience, Triss gains a deeper understanding of Dauntless fighting techniques and learns more about Thor's past. She discovers that Thor's real name is Tobias. Following this intimate sharing, they express their growing affection for each other and share a kiss. The next morning, Tobias shows Triss evidence that Erudite has been secretly acquiring significant quantities of weapons and serums from Dauntless, suggesting the formation of an army. This has been occurring for an extended period. Triss then proceeds to her final initiation test. Displaying impressive skill and embodying the Dauntless spirit, she successfully completes her test and passes the initiation. Afterward, a tracker is injected into the bodies of all the Dauntless initiates. That night, Triss discovers that the injection is not a tracker, but the same serum Erudite has been stockpiling. The serum is designed to place individuals under mind control, making them susceptible to direct orders. Due to her divergent nature, Triss is unaffected by the serum. However, she pretends to be under its influence to avoid suspicion. On a train, Triss finds Tobias, and she is greatly relieved to find that he is also immune to the serum's effects. All the Dauntless under the serum's control are transported to attack Abnegation. Triss and Tobias arrive at the Abnegation sector, searching for her parents. Instead, they are captured. Jeanine takes Tobias with her and orders the guards to execute Triss. Just as the guards are about to kill Triss, her mother appears and saves her, leading her away. Her mother reveals that her father is hiding in a building with other Abnegation members. As they attempt to escape the pursuing soldiers, Triss is forced to kill her friend Will, who is under the serum's control and trying to attack her. Triss's mother is injured while protecting her and ultimately dies. Triss reaches her father and finds Caleb there. Triss informs everyone that the Dauntless are being mind-controlled by the serum and that Jeanine is orchestrating everything from a secret room within the Dauntless compound. Embracing her Dauntless bravery and knowledge of the compound's layout, Triss leads her father and Caleb towards the Dauntless sector. She incapacitates Peter to gain his cooperation and uses his knowledge to navigate to the secret room. To help Triss reach the control room, her father sacrifices himself. Inside the room, Triss finds Tobias and rushes to him, opening the door. Unbeknownst to her, Tobias is also under Jeanine's control. He immediately attacks Triss. She tries to reason with him, but he is unresponsive. A fierce fight ensues between them, with Jeanine observing. Ultimately, Triss exploits Tobias's deep-seated fear of killing an innocent. She points a gun at herself, appealing to their love and bringing Tobias back to his senses. Triss and Tobias fight and kill the remaining guards in the control room. Triss confronts Jeanine, demanding that she stop the mind control. When Jeanine refuses, Triss injects her with the serum and issues a command to reverse its effects and restore everyone to normal. She also orders the deletion of all related records. With Jeanine unconscious, Triss, Tobias, Caleb, and Marcus escape the Dauntless compound. The movie ends with their escape.